We are live, I believe. I'll just wait a moment to make sure. Yeah, looks like we're live. Okay, guys, there's nobody going to be here right now because we literally just went live. But anyway, it is the men's 61 kg session from the 2020 Asian Championships. In 2021, of course, but technically still the 2020 Asian Champs. I'll wait a couple of seconds before people start turning up before I go through who we have competing today. But this is the first of the men's Olympic categories. We saw the 55 kg session yesterday. Just had a message on the Patreon, Dan actually said why there's so few athletes in the women's 45s and the men's 55s. And it's just because people are finally splitting up into their Olympic categories. It's one of those things where if you've been competing in a non-Olympic category, at some point you've got to lose the body weight or gain the body weight so that you can compete as well as possible when you actually arrive to Tokyo. So I think that's pretty much what has happened at this Continental Championships. We kind of saw it at the Europeans as well. Very few 55s, 89s, 45s on the women's side as well. So it looks like we saw a 154 clean and jerk in the B group, which is pretty decent.
That is decent.
1 minute, 50 seconds left on the clock until we start. And once again, they are showing the incorrect world records on the live stream for the weight class. So if you're watching the live stream, disregard everything that the Asian champ / the IWF is showing you. The snatch world record is not 95 kilos, it's 145. And the clean and jerk world record is not 118, it's 174. They've done this on every single session that I've seen. So I don't know what to tell you, but don't trust the IWF is a good motto for life, I think, both in numbers and otherwise. Where is Owen? Owen will join us on some other streams or live streams. I'll see if I can get him tomorrow. We'll definitely do a few with him, but he's not around today, unfortunately. Okay, so we're less than 1 minute out from competition. I'll go through some of the lifters that we've got. From Vietnam, we've got Kim Tuan Thatch, who is one of the most incredibly acrobatic snatchers out there. 136, 163 are his PRs. We've got Yoichi Itakazu, who I've been told by Django, who's down there at the moment filming, that he's not really going to put in much of a performance because he's got good Roby points, but he hasn't yet competed in the third qualifying period. So he just needs to put in a total. So if he bombs out, he doesn't go to the Olympics. If he puts in a total, he does. So he's going to play it conservative. We have Siraj Al Salim from Saudi Arabia. We have Li Fei Bin, the snatch and total world record holder from China. We have Igor Son from Kazakhstan. Chan Heng Kao from Taiwan or Chinese Taipei. And Seyitjan Mirzayev from Turkmenistan. And it looks like we're already underway with the opening snatch.
It's the Vietnamese lifter.
Yeah, Kim Tuan Thatch coming out at 125, 11 kilos under his personal best. He currently sits in fifth in terms of total Roby points. But of course, once we remove China's Qin Fu Lin, which I believe is actually pronounced Chin Fu Lin, once we remove him, then suddenly Kim Tuan Thatch moves up into fourth. And then, of course, we've got Ergashev, who's technically a 67. So actually, we're watching the number 3 ranked Roby lifter, and that was a remarkable lift. He just has a way of being so wobbly yet in control in the bottom of the catch. He catches it in a way that you just can't believe he's going to save it. But then his abilities whilst he's down there in the hole are well known in the weightlifting world. So that's a 125 opener for Kim Tuan Thatch, and he makes it look pretty good. Again, pretty long-limbed lifter, but catches things incredibly deep.
He seems comfortable with it, even though it doesn't look secure. He seems quite happy in that position.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we are, just like I said, Yoichi Itakazu coming out with a very easy 125. He hasn't put in a total yet in this third qualifying period. So all he had to do was make some openers in order to qualify for the Olympics. He's made his opener in the snatch. Now he'll probably turn the heat on a little bit and try and actually compete, make some bigger jumps maybe, but he just had to get a score on the board in the snatch to make sure that he was safe. We've seen him do, during this qualifying period, he's snatched over 130 in every single competition. He's had 5 comps, 134, 132, 33, 35, and 32. So we may well see him take a jump to 130 in his second and then 135 on his third. Meanwhile, though, we have the Saudi Arabian lifter Siraj Al Salim coming out for his opening attempt. 125 kilos also. Got the two slabs on the bar.
I think this is a new competition best for him. Best I could find is 123.
Okay. I'll see what I can find as well. Don't know a whole lot about this lifter. Really knees out in the pull. Great lift. I hope he's quick because he's going to have to be if he wants to get under his second or third attempt. It wasn't the easiest opener I've ever seen. Huge knees out on the pull and in the catch. You tend to see that with lifters who don't want to put too much stress on the hamstrings. They just push knees out instead of back. And then also it just looks like he has incredibly loose adductors just to be able to catch things in that position as well.
Yeah.
So that's a good opener for him. Yeah, I've got that as a personal record as well, Dan. He hit 123, it looks like, at the World Champs. He hit 120 at the Asian Champs in 2018. And he's been in the teens at all other competitions. So that was a 2 kilo personal record for him.
Yeah, he's obviously improved a bit over the lockdown period.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we are. Opening attempt from the Taiwanese lifter Chan Hung Kao, the 27-year-old. This 6 kilos under his personal best, also at 125. Beautiful lift. The Taiwanese lifters always move nice. Tomorrow we get to see their best lifter, Kuo Sung Chun, in the 59 kilo category, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
see
and of course she's technically very good indeed.
Mm-hmm. It helps when you're also the strongest by a long way. It makes things look a little bit nicer when they don't feel too heavy. And Kuo Sung Chun's got a nice situation now because she was going to be in a pretty difficult situation with the North Korean in that weight category, but since North Korea have pulled out, then I think she's actually got a pretty easy win on her hands.
Yeah, you'd think so. So someone's opening on more than 125, 127 here for Igor's son from Kazakhstan.
Yeah. So Igor currently sitting in 16th. We're probably not going to see him at the Olympics. He's not ranked quite high enough, but also Kazakhstan's spaces have been limited due to doping. But even so, he can put in a good performance here. 127. Oh. Looks like he just caught it on really bent elbows. I don't really know what to say about that. I don't think he's been blessed with a great lockout, but even so, that did not look great.
Maybe he should have followed the other lifters and taken 125 like everybody else has so far.
Yeah. Of course, the best snatcher that we have on our hands by a long way is Li Feibin, the world record holder, holds the world record at 145. We may find that he does a bit of a lasher and he has no one lifting in between his second and third attempts. And if he opens heavy enough, he may just do 3 lifts back to back, to be honest. Unless Yoichi Itakazu is able to to lift heavier or Kim Twan-Thatch, but other than those two, I don't think anyone's going to get a lift in between any of Li Fei-Bin's.
So the other lifters must have gone heavier because Igor Sun's going to follow himself now on 127 again.
Yeah. Also, some of you might be asking, this really is the elephant in the room for this session, is where is Eko Yuli Irawan from Indonesia? So Eko Yuli Irawan has the world record in the clean and jerk at 174. He has the second highest total in this category, second highest Roby points too, and he's not here at this competition. The reason being he's competed enough times during this Olympic qualifying period, as have several of these other lifters. I mean, Li Fei-Bin has as well. But he's competed enough that he doesn't technically need to be here. He's just staying deep in training, I suppose. Here's the second attempt for the Kazakh at 127. That's much better. Very fast under the bar.
Yeah.
Rugged, but very nice.
Eko
Yuli's just not coming to compete because he doesn't need to, basically. An interesting thing about Eko as well, he's one of the oldest lifters out there. I mean, he competed at the 2006 World Championships, and then he medaled in 2007, and he's medaled 5 times since, winning, of course, in 2018. And then another interesting thing about Eko is if he competes at this Olympic Games, which he will, if he gets a medal, he will have medaled at 4 consecutive Olympic Games, which is a staggering stat. I think he's one of, obviously there are 4 weightlifters ever to have medaled to have gold medaled in 3, and only a couple of others who've ever taken medals in 3 that weren't gold. So he's going to be one of the first to get it in 4. Oh my word, what a save. Once again, Kim Twan-Thatch.
Might get a red light on his left arm, maybe.
He might do. He got 1 red. Could have been that judge.
Yeah, 1 red light. Yeah.
But he makes he gets the lift. Crikey. At 128. He's still way down below his best of 136, 8 kilos under. I guess we might see him. It's a battle for silver, to be honest. This competition is a battle for silver. So we might see him just try and stay near the top in the snatches, sneak in with a 131 or something on his final attempt. I don't think we're going to see many of the lifters going mid to high 30s. Here is the Saudi Arabian lifter coming up for his second attempt, Siraj Al Salim. His 125 opener was already a personal record by 2 kilos, so this now a 5 kilo personal record on the day. Let's see how it goes. Oh, wow. Gets incredibly deep in the catch. Misses it behind, lets the bar roll off the back.
He definitely looks capable of that.
Yeah, he does. He does look capable of it.
It's one of those lifts where there was kind of a split second where it looked like he had it.
Yeah, he might have recovered. If he was Kim Twan-Thatch, he might have recovered. Not many people can pull that kind of balancing act off. Wow. Yeah, just weight shifted too far back in his foot. Once it's in the heels, it's not that easy to bring the weight back forward like it is when the bar's forward in the toes. You can just push with the toes against the floor and bring it back. Once it's in the heels, other than pushing your head through further, it's not a whole lot you can do to save it. Mm. And again, we had this in the last session with the women's 55s. The Chinese lifters in that session, and then of course Li Fei-Bin in this session, is not just fighting to win. He's fighting to win by such a commanding amount that Team China decide to include him in one of their 4 Tokyo athletes that they're going to send. So here is Chan Heng Kao from Taiwan coming out. Bar at 129 kilos. This is second attempt. He made 125 on his first. Oof. Just can't hold on. A little bit too deep from there. I'm not feeling hopeful for him coming back and making that on his third attempt, honestly.
No, I mean, he has made more before. He's done 131 a few years ago, but that didn't look like a lift that's going to be easy to get now on the third attempt.
No, I don't think so.
So
All right,
the
Saudi
Saudi lifter now, coming for his third attempt.
Seems as though the Facebook live stream is having a few problems. I don't know if it is on your end as well, Dan. Mine keeps pausing
Had a
and
couple of
saying
glitches,
it's interrupted. Yeah. Okay, 129 kilos for him on the bar. He made 125 on his opener. He missed 128 in a second. 129. Oh, same thing, not for a lack of height, just like the last one, except missed it out in front. If he had a third attempt, as the saying goes, miss one behind, miss one in front, make the third one.
He comes away with a 2 kilo competition best on the snatch, so he has made some progress.
And he's not in a situation where he's battling to make it to Tokyo. I mean, he's too far down the rankings, so it's not cost him much.
I've just lost my stream.
Yeah.
Oh, it's back now.
Yeah, it keeps disappearing. So Li Fei Bin down 310 entry total, is that correct? I think. Dan, is it 310 for Li Fei Bin?
Yeah, that was his entry total, so he'll have to open on at least 290 total on his openers.
Yeah. Oh my word, he came back and made it. Can you believe that? The Taiwanese lifter, after what we just said.
Made it look easy.
Yeah, also, I don't know if you noticed, the collar was not put on properly. Those reds on his right-hand side on our left start to separate. You'll see when the bar hits the ground.
Yeah.
There was definitely... Look at that. That's shocking.
Fortunately, his pull was absolutely level.
Mm-hmm. I once had the misfortune of having to load for Kang Yue, one of the best weightlifters of all time, thanks to you, Dan, in fact, at the British Championships / international, whatever it was, qualifier for the Olympics. And you ran over to me instead, said, we need a loader, we don't have enough, and the Chinese lifters are coming on. And I'd never done sort of professional loading or whatever you'd call it. And it was quite nerve-wracking, to be honest.
It can be, because you have to go quickly when you're loading for these big lifters, because if you hold the competition up, then you can actually create problems. Yeah,
especially when you've got someone like Kang Yue coming out at 150 kilos on a 15-kilo bar that's going to oscillate tremendously. Tremendously fast opening attempt at 130 there for Sayetjan Mazayev from Turkmenistan. That was his opening attempt. A 5-kilo personal record on his opener. He looks more than capable of making it. Very fast.
Yeah, that looked like he possibly could have fought a little bit more at the bottom with it.
Mm-hmm. Then here we go, as kind of expected, Yoichi Itakazu, once he made that opener, just to make sure that he was safe, because obviously he needs a total if he wants to qualify for Tokyo. He's taken some bigger jumps, coming out at 130 now, which he misses, surprisingly. It's a real shame.
There's a lot of missed lifts coming in now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had quite a long wait after his opener for that
Yeah, he
second
did.
attempt.
Yeah.
About six or seven lifts.
Well, he was the first of the 125, so yeah, he's had a
Yeah.
long.
Oh, yeah. So probably maybe even 8 or 9 lifts then that he's waited.
Okay, so Seyitjan Mirzaev, the Turkmenistan lifter who missed his opener at 130, the 5 kilo competition PR for him, is coming back out to attempt it again. Incredibly fast lifter. Let's see how he
He's
does.
just waiting for the buzzer.
Oh, look at that. That is sensational. Stunning lift.
Yeah, lovely lift.
And he puts up 3 fingers to his coaches. I wonder if he wants 33 on his third attempt. Take a 3 kilo jump. That might be what that was. Wonderful lift. There's no excess height on the bar when he pulls out.
Really good lockout as well.
Yeah. Okay, Yoichi Itakazu from Japan, the 29-year-old coming out for his third attempt at 130. He has a competition record of 137 that he hit back in 2017. So this should be a lift that he's capable of. And he is capable of it. That's a really nice lift. That's how you come back after a miss.
Lovely.
Wonderful stuff. Fantastic. Yeah, that's brilliant. For people in the chat who are trying to sync up the commentary with the video, just either pause the stream that you're on or pause us, and that will hopefully sync things up for you guys. So who are we still left to see? It's just Li Feibin
yet to open. I think we may see everybody do their lifts before.
Yeah, I think so too.
And this is Thatch's final lift.
Yeah, Quimtan Thatch. We are potentially about to see a remarkable save. He's known for them. This 131 kilos for the lead in the snatch to get a kilo over Yoichi Itakazu and Seyitjan as well. What can he show us this time? No, he can't do it. Unfortunately, he left it out in front.
Yeah,
I have seen a video of him before in slow motion where he catches a weight, and it literally it's out in front. His torso is almost leaning backwards, and somehow manages to regain balance and get up with it. Wasn't able to do it on that occasion, which means that we still have
Igor's son still to come, and Mirzaev has one more lift as well.
Yeah, and then it's going to be the Li Feibin show. So here we are. Igor Son from Kazakhstan. Missed 127, made 127. Comes out for his third attempt now at 132 kilos. If he makes it, he's definitely going to be in a snatch medal position.
Lift.
Oh, Dan, you're way ahead of I am.
Am I ahead of you? I'll pause my stream.
Oh, he's still setting up where I am. Here we go. Yeah, wonderful lift. I already knew it was coming, but yeah, great lift.
Absolutely smashed that one.
Yeah, he's just walking down the stairs if that helps sync things up with you. All right, which means that Igor Son from Kazakhstan takes the lead with the 132. Seyitjan Mirzaev from Turkmenistan can disrupt that with his next attempt. I imagine he's going to take 133 for the lead. And then it's going to be Li Feibin, 3 attempts back to back. Like I said earlier, he's not just trying to win the session. He's trying to win the approval of the head coaches of Team China so that he gets picked ahead of either Chen Lijun or Tian Tao for an Olympic slot for the Chinese men's team.
133 for Mirzaev.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's walking onto the platform. Incredibly fast lifter. Can he hit this for the lead? Wow. Holy moly. And he's excited about that one as well. Gosh, the speed.
Yeah,
It looked like there
really
wasn't a
pleased.
single kilo left in the tank. That was just everything he had. And he pulled it off.
Really pleased with that, isn't he?
Yeah.
And probably going to mean a silver medal on the snatch, because you'd imagine that Lee Fabin's going to come out now and best that with his
He
opener.
really ought to, yeah. I mean, that's an 8 kilo competition PR for Saeedjan Mirzaev. 125 was his best, so we opened above that. Out comes Lee Fabin.
138.
138 opener for him, yeah. Lee Fabin has done 7 Olympic qualifying events so far. That's a wonderful opener at 138.
Yeah, very
The lightest he's made in competition was from the 49th Challenge 210 that I filmed at, where he snatched 130, but in his defense, the whole Chinese team competed with powers. So that was a 130 power snatch, which just goes to show how impressive he is as a lifter.
So now we'll see what his game plan is. Is he going to go big, maybe even to try and break his own record? Or
I think he'll go 42, 46 is what I'd... If I had to put a bet out, I'd say a 142 second, and a 146 world record attempt on his third. Apparently, he does
Dylan
look in good shape.
Correcting you on your pronunciation.
It's pronounced Li Fa.
So it's a correction on your pronunciation, so
Fabin. Oh, instead of Lee Fabin, Lee Fabin. Okay, that's the type of correction that I can make. Sometimes they're just too difficult to change. Yeah, Lee Fabin. And then we may well see a world record in the clean and jerk too. Obviously, he wants to reclaim his world record from Eko Yuli Irawan from Indonesia, who currently holds it 174. And he's certainly strong enough to. I think probably Lee Fabin's got the most impressive back squat of the group. He hit 240 a few weeks ago, which is 4 kilos off a 4 times body weight back squat.
So he's taking 142 like you predicted.
Yeah. Let's hope he does 146 after this. Let's see how he goes. He's always slightly wobbly in the catch. 142. Oh, and he misses it. Can't lock it out. Right arm buckles. Left scapula depresses. That wasn't quite what he'd hoped for.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that China's going to take him. There have been a few times where, even though he's a world record holder in the snatch, he's just been a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah. And unlike some of the other Chinese lifters, he does have competition.
Really close competition. I mean, he's only out-totaled Eko Yuli Irawan by 1 kilo. So, they may well not send him, which means if they don't send him, they're probably going to send Chen Lijun and Tian Tao alongside Shi Ziyong and one of the 81s, whomever they choose from that 81 kilo category. So I guess he's just going to retake that on his second attempt. Lee Fabin is a 4-time Asian Championships medalist. He's got a bronze, a silver, and 2 golds. And then, of course, he's the 2019 world champion, the 2018 bronze, I think, in 2018, but certainly gold in 19. He's chalking it up. He had 2 minutes on the clock. What do you reckon, Dan? Will he make it?
I think he's got a good chance, because that second lift looked like something wasn't quite right with him. I
Yeah.
think if he corrects that, then he's definitely strong enough for it. The way the first lift went shows that he's got some power.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here we go. Li Fabin coming out for his third and final attempt at 142 kilos, 3 kilos below his own world record to extend his lead even further. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
That's a really nice lift. It's not the kind of lift where you think if we gave him a fourth attempt, like back in the day where you could take a fourth attempt for a world record, I'm not convinced he'd make it. But 142, just, there aren't many 61s in the world capable of that kind of lift. And that gives him a 9-kilo lead.
It's just a shame that he didn't do that on the second lift and we got to see an attempt at a new record.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. If he'd hit the 142 on the second attempt, he would have put 146 on the bar.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's a great lift. That's the end of the snatch portion. So there'll be a 10-minute break now, and then clean and jerks will begin. We have in first place Li Fabin 142. In second place, Seyetjan Mirzaev with 133. And then in third, Igor Son from Kazakhstan was 132. And then we have a few lifters in and around the sort of 128, 9, 130 kind of mark. So behind Li Fabin, it's actually pretty tight.
Yeah, I think we could see a good battle for the silver total medal.
Mm-hmm. Silver and bronze should be nice.
Jerks. Yeah.
And I actually wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a world record attempt from Li Fabin. He's got a lot to prove now. He's hit 173, 1 kilo under. He recently attempted a 192 kilo jerk in training, which is 16 kilos over the world record, which is something you don't see every day. And while he missed it, it was still very close. He's jerked over 180 in training, so he's got a lot in him. I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to walk away with some kind of medal some kind of record. He'll try it there.
Yeah, and you're right. He has got a lot to prove here. He is fighting for his Olympic place, not so much in the rankings, but against the other Chinese lifters. So coming away with a new world record and taking the world record away from his main competitor, could be exactly what he needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, interestingly, tomorrow we're going to see Chen Lijun from China, the 67, also trying to compete to show why he should be one of the 4 men selected for the squad. I think he's probably got a bit of a better excuse for it. I mean, his best total of 339 is, I think, 9 kilos under anyone else. And the person who was under Chen Lijun was Pak Jong-ju from North Korea, who is obviously not going to be competing now. So Chen Lijun has suddenly opened up this enormous lead that he's been almost gifted by the removal of the North Koreans. So right now I feel like it's Shi Ziyong, it's Chen Lijun, it's probably Liu Xiaojun, and then I'd imagine it's going to be Tian Tao over Li Fabin. But we'll see. I mean, it might be Li Fabin. I don't know. It's going to be a tight one.
Yeah, I think the two of them are both in that situation where they have strong competition in their groups, and so they're not nailed on to take the gold in the way that some of the other Chinese lifters are.
Yeah. And then also it doesn't even necessarily come down to just what they do, it's what the other competitors do. I mean, if we look at the 96 kilo category, they're going to wait and see what Mezo Hosono does, who's obviously competing as a 102 at this competition. See what his lifts are, see what kind of shape Sarab's in. I mean, if they don't think that Mezo's a threat, which he is, then, after Mezo, there's not really anyone who's going to push Tian. There's no one else who can total 400 kilos. And Tian's a 410 total kind of lifter. So it might be that they think, you know what, he's our best bet after some of the others to snag a gold in Tokyo.
Yeah, if Mezo comes in at 102 as a very light 102 at this competition and hits big numbers, then I think the Chinese will definitely see him as a big threat. especially if he's only got to drop a small number of kilos to get that back down into the 96 category.
Yeah.
And maybe coming in as a 102 will enable him to put some really big numbers up.
Yeah, I think he's going to be looking to walk away with at least a 410 total in that 102 kilo category, at least putting together a 180, 230 type performance. I'd bet money on the 230. That's where he's, particularly strong in the clean and jerk. And I spent so much time with him, filming him. He's just incredibly consistent in the clean and jerk. I've never missed it. I've never seen him miss a clean and jerk that wasn't the most that he could hit for the day. Whereas in the snatch, sometimes he's a little bit wobbly, misses things behind quite a lot. So if he's able to push 180 in the snatch, 230 in the clean and jerk, that might be enough to worry Tian Tao, because that's also equal to his best total.
Yeah, especially if he's doing it as a very light 102, if he's weighing in at like 98 kilos or something like that, and clearly could have dropped down to 96 quite easily.
Yeah. So we've got a few opening attempts. It looks like 150 kilos. 3 openers at 150, 3 openers at 155. And then it's Lee Farbin at 170. Interestingly, Saeedjan Mazayev from Turkmenistan, who took silver in the snatch at 133, he's got the lowest opener at 150 as well. So he might be a bit of a snatch for show, can't clean and jerk for dough type lifter. Yeah.
His best clean and jerk is 145 in competition. That
his best snatch was 125, so he's clearly in a whole world of improvement since he last competed in 2019. Here's Kim Tuan Thach in the back room with a nice 120. Maybe the only weightlifter I've ever seen internationally to be wearing Gymshark.
So we have about 4 minutes, I think, until the first clean and jerk.
Mm-hmm. Just looking through the
comments.
What do
you think to these ZKC bumpers? They're a bit of a different look, aren't they, to the other manufacturers?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't actually taken a huge amount of notice of them. I'll take a proper look when they next come onto the screen.
They've got a kind of a shiny finish to them, which is
I've noticed
bit different to the style of the other manufacturers.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, pretty nice. No weightlifting house plates, of course, but so there's 150 in the back room from Yoichi Itakazu from Japan. He's got a personal record in the clean and jerk at 172, which is the second highest out there by some way, just 1 kilo behind Lee Farbin's personal record of 173. But of course, we know that he's going to open light because he has to put in a total if he wants to make it to the Olympic Games. So he'll go in easy, and then he'll take some bigger jumps and see if he can reclaim some of the ground that he lost in that snatch portion. Try and sneak out a silver. You should get the silver, really, I think.
So we got a question on the YouTube chat about sporting age. Austin saying that he's 18, but his sporting age is 19. So the way that works is your sporting age is always counted from the 1st of January of the year, the 31st of December of the year that you're currently on. So no matter when your birthday is in the year, you're always counted as if you've already had your birthday that year, which essentially means that everybody born in the same year is allocated the same age, no matter where in the year they're born. And that obviously controls things like when you compete in youth competitions and junior competitions, and ultimately when you become a masters lifter. So it basically means that it doesn't matter when in the year a competition is held, you're going to count as a particular age category for the whole of that year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame if you're a December 30th baby. It doesn't matter that you're, say, 18 up until that point. If you're 19 on the 31st of December, you don't get to count as an 18-year-old during that year.
Yeah. And in some ways, it means that you move up to becoming a senior a little bit sooner. But it would also mean when you were younger, you could have started competing a little bit sooner, because you have to
That's true.
have a sporting age of 13 before you can start competing at the youth competitions.
Mm-hmm. So 20 seconds out from the opening attempt, and it looks like Yoichi Itakazu is going to be the person who starts off the clean and jerk portion of the competition. Despite having the second highest clean and jerk from amongst the whole pack, he's going to be the first one out. Could you guys please... I don't know about that athlete, I'm afraid. Women's 55. Okay, here we go. Opening attempt. Yoichi Itakazu. The 2016 Asian champion. Opening up with 150 kilos. He ended up snatching 130 on his final attempt, so this for a pretty easy 280 total for him, and it's totally straightforward. Puts it overhead, drops it, walks straight off the platform. I imagine now we're going to see quite a big jump, probably up to somewhere around 160 on his second attempt, because he does have that excess of strength in the clean and jerk. Wait and see what the other people who snatched around his numbers hit. Then he'll come out to try and gain the 1 kilo lead.
Yeah, his best is 172, so he's well within himself there.
So he ended up taking fourth in the snatch. We had a 142, a 133, a 132, and then he ended up with 130. So not a lot of room that he's going to have to make up.
No, they are all within, bar Fabin, they are all within a few kilos of each other. So I think it's going to be decided on the clean and jerks for the silver medal and bronze medal at least.
Okay, here we go. So from Turkmenistan, Saitjan Mazayev. Very interested to see how this looks. Of course, it is technically a 5 kilo competition record for him, but at the same time, he's improved so much since then that I'm not surprised that he's opening this heavy. But it's more because he's in silver in the snatch with 133. So we know he can snatch, but we don't really know what his clean and jerk looks like. So this opening attempt will tell us a lot about the form that he's in with his final 2 attempts. Shoulder all taped up. Very fast in the snatch. Let's see how he is in the clean and jerk. Not the easiest of cleans, but a very fast jerk, strong lockout, just like in the snatch. He's very happy with that. Very pleased with himself. 5 kilo personal best on his opener, no wonder. And that puts him up into the lead. 283 is now the total to beat for the other athletes.
So the Vietnamese lifters coming out next. Tak, 151 kilos, so he's just looking to edge ahead.
Yeah, Kim Tuan Tak.
He won't take the lead in the total.
No. Yeah, he ended up snatching 128 kilos. So this for a 279 total so far. Pretty good clean. Oh dear, back foot slipped a lot on that. Looks unlucky. Like he sort of looked at the platform as though to say it was slippy, but I'm not sure I buy that. It seemed to be okay for the other parts of the competition. Again, very knees outy on the pull. It's a huge bounce, a lot of stretch reflex in the bottom of the clean. And then, yeah, that back foot just slips way out behind him. Looks like he had a lot of weight on the front foot.
Possibly a little bit of chalk on the platform, maybe.
Yeah, possible. So he's got 2 minutes on the clock to come out and reattempt that opening lift for his second attempt.
Yeah, I think the other lifters are now planning to open on 155. So I can't imagine that he's going to go up, push his opener up that far. So I think he'll be following himself.
Although it looks like he's going up.
Kazakhstan lifters coming out, maybe.
Yeah, I think Igor-san is going to come out. So Kim Twan-Thatch would have put in 152 or something like that. So we're going to see the Kazakh lifter come out, having snatched 132. So he's currently in third in the snatch. This will actually give him the lead in the total by a kilo so far over Seyitjan Mazayev. If he makes this opener, which he really ought to do. So people wondering about delay between them. We have Igor-san about to take his opening attempt at 152 kilos. This for the lead, pulls it off the ground. Oh, not yet. Sorry, I got a bit carried away. There we go. Strong clean. Yeah, they'll give that. He's not got the prettiest elbows I've ever seen. But there was certainly no wobble in them. They're just ever so slightly bent. So there we go. Igor-san takes the lead with 152.
Then we'll be back to Tak, I think.
Yeah, he's going to retake that attempt.
Second attempt.
Yeah,
kilo heavier though, because he missed 151, moved up a kilo to gain a little bit of rest.
And if it was the chalk, and the chalk is now cleared up, he should have no problem with this lift.
Apart from the foot slipping, the rest of it looked very comfortable, didn't it?
Looked fine. Okay, here we go. 152. Slow pull, big bounce, just gets up. Doesn't look as easy as the last clean at 151. Oh, and he misses the jerk. I think he's going to bomb. It doesn't look like he's got much more in him.
No.
I don't think he can realistically go up. Oh, dear. A question come in. How do you fix wobbly elbows? It's impossible to say without seeing your lifting. It could be a myriad of reasons. It could just be simple timing of when you actually fixate the bar overhead, and how that synchronizes with the feet landing. It could, not often, but it could be weak triceps. It's a few different things. It could be that you're too narrow in your grip and that you just don't have the required mobility overhead. Fortunately, I'm just going to check this very quickly, but I think Kim Twan-Tak is pretty safe with his Olympic qualification anyway. Yeah, he's totally safe. So even if he were to bomb out of this competition, it wouldn't be much of a problem for him. He'll still be going to Tokyo.
Yeah. Vietnam don't have a huge team, do they? So I can't imagine that he's...
Taiwan.
Sorry,
Vietnam. Yeah,
Vietnam don't have a huge team, do they? So I can't imagine that he's competing with other lifters for slots.
It's just interesting that he's missing. I mean, he's a little down on the snatch by a few kilos, but then in the clean and jerks, we've seen him do every competition. He's been over 160. I mean, he even hit 169 during the third qualifying period, so the more recent qualifying period. So he's coming out now again to retake it. 152 to stay in the game. He's certainly not going to be a total medalist with this, but at least it gives him a total. And it looks like we just saw Lee Farbin as well in the back room, was at 130 warming up, so he's still quite a way down, but he's got a long time now before he's going to be out anyway. 152 kilos. Again, he is a slow puller. Yeah, and he's up with it. No, he can't hold it. This time at least he locked out, which he didn't do on the others, but
yeah, his back leg still looks like his weak point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the back leg was straight, which then often leads to quite an extreme amount of lumbar extension.
Mm-hmm.
And his back just kind of overextended. Better clean than on his second attempt. Just a little bit wonky overhead. Yeah, the back knee not so nice. Gosh, 152 miss, 17 kilos under his personal record. That's not a great start. I mean, he even took a gold medal at the 2017 World Champs, so quite way down for him now. Okay, from Turkmenistan, Sayetjan Mirzayev coming out for his second attempt. So he clearly is a bit weaker in the clean and jerk, having made just a 3 kilo jump from 150 to 153. He's just doing everything he can to add kilos in the hope that he can try to retain a total medal, having come second in the snatch. But not today. He misses that lift. He's got one more attempt. But to be honest, I don't see him ending up with a medal in the total. He's just a bit too far behind in the clean and jerk. Very fast, excels in the snatch, just not got the general strength for the clean and jerk yet.
There's too many lifters still to come who are going to be doing 160 plus, I think. So I think he's just not going to have enough.
Yeah. Tian a bit injured. Mezzo in the 102s. What are the new predictions for the 96s? I think the prediction probably is that Tian Tao's still going to win. He's not in amazing shape, but I'd be surprised if he wasn't a mid 170s, mid 220s kind of shape. And then really it comes down to what kind of shape Sarab Muradi's in. He might surprise us all, come out with world records, or he's going to be at 170, 215 kind of numbers. So who knows? I mean, one of the things I've been thinking, though, Dan, is if he wasn't in a situation where they thought he could qualify, and to qualify he needs world records, would he even have come?
Yeah, I mean, given that he's been recovering from an injury, why would you risk it?
It's a risk, isn't it? Yeah.
You didn't think you had a chance. Yeah. If you genuinely thought he didn't have a chance, then why would you not draw a line under this quad and move on? So yeah, you'd think that they think that he's got some kind of hope.
Oh, just as a point of interest as well, obviously Mezzo's competing at 102 and then at the Olympics he'll be 96. But he did tell me over a year ago that after Tokyo he wants to go up to 102 and then maybe even compete at 109 in Paris, which will be amazing to see. And to be honest, he doesn't look like he's big enough to be a 109, but if he's already clean and jerking in the low 230s at 96, he could beat Simon Martirosyan's 240 with an extra 13 kilos body weight. So you never know. All right, my broadcast is stuttering a bit, but we have Sayetjan Mirzayev just approaching the platform as he steps on now. 153 kilos, retaking his second attempt miss. He made 133 in the snatch, so this will put him in the lead. Let's see what happens.
It's taking a long time to get set.
Yeah, and he's up with it on my feed at least.
Yeah,
153. Oh no!
Oh,
can't put it up overhead. Looks like he's hurt his knee a little bit as well. Hobbling off, right knee in pain. But you know what? It's an 8 kilo personal record in the snatch and a 5 kilo personal record in the clean and jerk. So even though he went 3 for 6, he does walk away with a 13 kg personal record, which is not bad. Maybe Muradi has some surprise in the box. Yeah, he may well do. I sort of wouldn't be surprised. It's been very difficult to know what kind of numbers he's been lifting recently because he lifts on the black bumpers. Okay, here we are. Chan Hung Kao from Taiwan coming out for his opening attempt at 154. In the snatch, he made 129. Not sure why he's taken this. If he took 155, he would move into the lead by a kilo. Interesting clean, readjusts his feet position at the bottom of the clean. Stands up, gets even narrower. Very slow in the bottom of the dip of the jerk. And dumps it behind his head. Falls over forward. Looks in pain, to be honest to me.
I think we could have another bomber here, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that
he doesn't
look close.
No, he doesn't look happy.
Now may even withdraw.
That looks like a clean and pause jerk complex, to be honest. I've never seen anyone spend so long in the bottom of the dip before coming up out of it. That was really quite remarkable that he even had the reversal strength at all to get back up with that. Oh, really loads of quads in that jerk, pushes his knees so far forward. So that's a no lift for Chan Hung Kao from Taiwan.
Yeah. And
there's been a lot of misses in this session.
I don't think it'll be surprising. Yeah. So we've got two lifters yet to open. Al Salim from Saudi Arabia. He's got a best of 154, so he's going to be opening close to his best. And then obviously Li Fei Bin will be probably coming out after everybody else has finished again.
Well, I think there's a chance that we'll see if Yoichi Itokazu is in good shape. He's going to take a big jump after his first attempt at 150, and we might see him separate Li Fei Bin's opener and second attempt.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Looks like Chan Hung Kao from Taiwan is in pain. They're just sort of massaging his quads, gastroc, just either side of the patella.
Yeah, it looks like his right leg that's the major problem. But they're also massaging his left leg as well. In the meantime, the Saudi lifter is going to come and take his attempt.
No, I don't think he is. He's just walked back to his platform in the warm-up room.
Oh, no, he's walking the other way, yeah.
No, I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's Yoichi Itokazu. He opened at 150 before everyone else, and now he's hanging around waiting. He's going to take a big jump for his second attempt. He's got his bar loaded at 150 as well, so he may just take that a few times in the back room to stay warm, because he's going to have probably a good 10 minutes at least before he comes out again on that second attempt.
And he's already been waiting for quite a long time at this point. Since he made
Is Chan Hung Kao coming out? He's still sat there. I mean, he's just taken off one of his wrist straps, but he's right by the platform.
The clock must be getting close now.
Unless he went up, I'm sort of confused as to what's happened.
Then somebody else would be on the clock. So
yeah. I would feel almost happier if he didn't go out. I felt a little bit uncomfortable on that second attempt. It looked like he was actually in considerable pain after missing that jerk. You really just don't want to see an athlete get injured.
So what I don't understand is why it seems to have been a long time since there was last a lift on the platform.
Since there was anything happening. Nothing has happened.
Somebody should be on the clock at this point.
Yeah, not sure what's going on,
No, it's
but the
almost like there's
competition
been a
is definitely
technical.
paused.
Yeah, it's like there's been a technical stop, which normally should only happen if there's been a problem with the equipment or with the scoring system. Definitely something unusual happening here.
Yeah. Li Fei Bin just power clean and jerked 130. You could just make out. And we still have the Taiwan athlete, Chan Heng Kao, who missed his opener attempt. He's still sat there as though he's going to go out. I don't think he is. Although they've just put the jacket over his legs as though he's trying to keep warm. So maybe he is going to go back out. It's very difficult to know. Meanwhile, Li Fa Bin's got 155 loaded on the bar. Or maybe it's 150. I'm not sure if they've got competition collars or not. I think it might just be 150, 20 kilo jump for him. He looks to be very peaceful, just relaxing in that seat.
Yeah.
He knows he's in the driver's seat in this competition.
Yeah. Those terrible plastic seats that they always have at competitions.
Mm-hmm. Well, the good news is that Chan Heng Kao from Taiwan is at least in good spirits. He's just sat in the chair laughing. It looks like they're holding up the competition for him. Oh, okay. He missed the clock because he's just been given a no lift on his second attempt.
They timed him out. I think that might have been his second and his third as well. I think it might have been timed out on both.
Oh, really?
In which case, why didn't he withdraw?
Maybe they wanted to see if how he was feeling after timing out for the first lift, and then on the second he said, "No, I'm still not prepared for it." Well, that's going to bring out the Saudi Arabian lifter for his opening attempt, Siraj Al Salim. He only made 125 on his snatch, which put him in last place in the snatch. But this 155 opener will be the second heaviest opener that we see, so he may be able to claw back a medal. Especially seeing as now Chan Heng Kao is out. And of course, Kim Tuan Thatch bombed as well. That's a great clean.
Yeah.
Oh, and a nice jerk. He's very pleased with himself there.
Yeah. Considering his warm-ups will have been quite heavily disrupted by what was happening there. He's done well because he's probably had a much longer wait after his last warm-up than he was expecting to have.
Absolutely. But no, that was very nice. He's sort of the opposite of what a lot of lifters do, where they tightrope on the jerk and they bring their feet together. If anything, he gets even wider, not in terms of length, but just width in between his two legs on the split jerk.
So Itakazu's only taken a 5 kilo jump here. So
155. That looks very comfortable, very quick to get onto the jerk as well. No problems there.
Yeah.
So that puts him into the lead, I believe. So now, obviously, we know that Li Fabin's going to come out and take the lead straight away, but he can sort of sit back, knowing that he has such a big clean and jerk. If he needs to bring it out, he can just sit back and see what he needs to guarantee the silver medal in the total. If we're lucky as well, we're going to see Li Fabin do his patented one-legged stand in the clean and jerk that he often does. He lifts one leg out to the side in order to balance. Just a remarkable feat of athleticism. I don't know if he does it because it's a natural thing for him to do, or if it's just a funny joke thing that he does, but it's remarkable when you see it. Okay, so here's Igor San from Kazakhstan.
156 kilos for this lifter.
This will put him into the lead over Yoichi Itakazu by 3 kilos. Very fast clean. And I think he has... Oh, wow, I can't believe that he missed that. Almost looked like he threw the bar too high in the drive. And the timing, the sequencing of the lockout and the feet was just not there.
Yeah, it didn't look like a strength issue at all. So I think you're probably right that the timing was just slightly off.
Because that clean was Easy. No. In which case, Yoichi Itakazu from Japan maintains his 1 kilo lead over Eagle Sun. Both of them have one attempt remaining, but Yoichi Itakazu definitely in the driver's seat.
Yeah, you'd think that he'll let Sun take his final attempt and then know what he needs to do in order to get that likely silver medal.
Definitely.
Obviously, assuming that Lee Farbin doesn't bomb.
And then, of course, there's the Saudi Arabian lifter to contend with, who is 5 kilos behind Yoichi Itakazu in the total, but still has 2 attempts remaining in the clean and jerk. But again, I didn't think his opening clean and jerk looked particularly convincing as an opener, though he did make it.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's already into uncharted territory here. The 155 opener was a 1 kilo competition best for him. So it would be surprising if he was able to go more than a few kilos heavier.
And yeah, Igor San is going to come out and take his third attempt. I guess he's going to retake the 56 to try and make that. That will put the pressure on Yoichi Itakazu. This will put him 3 kilos over the Japanese lifter in the total. So then Yoichi Itakazu will have to come out with around 159. Ooh. They're surely not going to give him that.
How kind are the referees? They've given it. Now, I wonder if the jury will have a look at that.
No, they've not. That's 3 reds.
Yeah.
3 reds, yeah.
I think the whoever was running the graphics on the screen got
carried away.
Excited and put the good lift graphic up.
Very fast clean. I missed the clean. I was just looking at the results. Yeah, catches it at arm's length, then both elbows bend, and then he presses out. That's a shame. That's a real shame, because that put him into quite a nice position. So I think he currently sits in second. Of course, Lee Farbin then going to come out and move him down to third.
Yeah. And then it's a question of whether Al Salim can add enough kilos now to make up that deficit from the snatch.
Yeah, he's 7 kilos behind Igor Sun in the snatch. He comes out now at 160. That's going to give him a 285 total.
This will be enough to overtake him. It will match.
Yeah, by a kilo.
Yeah.
This will overtake Igor Sun, but it will equal the total of Yoichi Itakazu, which means that he'll be just behind him. Tough clean, but he gets up with it. Oh, how does he make that jerk? He's almost leaning back with his torso. He pulls a most muscular on the platform. We like to see that. Looks very excited about that lift.
So that's now a 6 kilo competition best.
And it doesn't look like he has much more. Look at this jerk. Oh, wow. I don't know how he holds on to that. Amazing.
It's a real Toma style, 2 different timings on the feet type. Type as well.
Yeah, front foot lands or back foot lands before the front has even moved.
Yeah.
Here we go. 160 for Yoichi Itakazu. Cleans it like nothing. Are they going to give that jerk? I just don't know.
That left arm looked suspect.
Oh, gosh.
He might just get away with it.
I think they've given it. 3 white lights.
3 white lights.
See, this is where the subjectivity of the press-out rule is just... I think it needs to be abolished. I think they have to allow press-outs.
So that gives him a 290 total. So the Saudi Arabian's going to have to go up 6 kilos.
I don't think he can do
technical
it.
hold. So I think the jury might be having a look. I think it's a technical hold.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that kind of lift be given, but not with 3 whites. You'd think there should be at least one of the judges who caught that. Let's see what happens. Bear in mind, if it's taken away from him, he still holds the lead over Al Salim.
No lift. They've overturned it. The jury has overturned it.
Wow.
No lift. So one of those unusual times when the jury overturn a lift despite the 3 referees all agreeing that it was a good lift. Normally the jury get involved when it's a 2-1 decision, but it does occasionally happen that they think all of the referees have got it wrong.
Gosh, I'm having flashbacks to Behdad Salimi 2016 getting overturned and then storming out and yelling at the judges. Okay, so Al Salim's going to come out now.
Just a 1 kilo increase. Just a 1 kilo increase, but this will likely give him the silver medal in the total.
Or the gold if Lee Farbin bombs.
If Lee Farbin bombs, then it could be the gold, yeah. But
Yoichi Itakazu has guaranteed himself, at the very least, in fact, these 2 lifters have guaranteed themselves medals in the clean and jerk and total. It's just now about the order. He went 155, 160. Now he's going 161. Took last in the snatch, but by merit of a big clean and jerk, gets under it, gets up with it. Can he put it overhead? No. Oh, my word. What in the world did we just
good
see?
Save.
That is one of the most remarkable saves in the jerk. I could have sworn that was a miss. For more than a second of that jerk, that was a miss. And then somehow, it's like he holds it way out in front.
There were 2 separate parts where I thought he's lost that now. Because he's got it, he's lost it, he's got it, he's lost it, he's got it.
See, from the side, it looks a lot more secure. It looks way more secure from that side shot. But from the front, I couldn't believe that he was able to make that. The distance between his right arm and his head is much greater than his left arm and his head, and it just makes it look a lot wonkier. Okay, so here comes Lee Farbin now for his opener at 170. Gosh, this is 4 kilos under the world record. Are you sure, Lee Farbin, that you want to do this and risk it all? Oh, it's a tough clean, but he's up with it. He's got a strong jerk, and that's a piece of cake. And that's the gold medal. Good grief.
Now, surely we're going to see a world record attempt here. Why would he open that heavy if he wasn't planning to go to the world record?
So he doesn't hold the world record in the clean and jerk. He does in the snatch. The world record in the clean and jerk is Eko Yuli Irawan from Indonesia at 174. So we're finally going to see 3 reds on the bar for Lee Fei-bin. Surely on this next attempt we're going to see a 175. Love to see it. Good to get another world record in.
So they're loading 173 right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a change once the loaders have loaded the 173.
2 attempts remain.
Yeah, I mean the only reason I can think why you'd open at 170 would be to have 2 attempts at a world record rather than leaving it till a 3rd attempt. So I suspect it might be go for it, get it on the 2nd attempt, decline the 3rd attempt, or if there's a narrow miss on the 2nd attempt, then have another go at it.
Yeah. So I think he'll take 75. Then if he makes it and he's up for the challenge, he might then go for another world record to get the world record total. He currently holds that world record total at 318. But he's going to need
176. They're loading 176.
176 is going to equal his world record total and set a 2 kilo world record clean and jerk. You'd think he'd just go 177 if he's going to do it and get both the clean and jerk and the total world record in one go. This is a very strange move from the Chinese team. Yeah, it was coming out of 176, a weight that his teammate Liu Xiaojun snatched as a 77. In fact, a kilo less than Liu eventually snatched as a 77. $176 at 81. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll go 83 after this and get a triple body weight. I doubt it, but we've seen stranger things. Okay, 176 kilo world record attempt for Li Feibin to reclaim his clean and jerk world record. That's a tough clean, but he just about gets up with it. He's known for his jerk. Can he hold on? No, he can't. Oh, no.
Oh, got it locked.
Just lets it go.
Staggered sideways.
If he's got it in him to retake that clean, I think he'll make it.
Yeah. It's the clean that's the problem, I think, because he's only got 2 minutes now. He can't buy any time by moving up.
Oh, my word. If he's able to get a bounce on that clean, which is rare for him at heavyweights, he's kind of a get under it, pause, and then get up with it type lifter. But if he's able to get a bounce, he can have that.
Yeah.
But like we said, it's desperate times for the Chinese to prove themselves as being someone who should be picked for the Olympic spot. Just to put this into perspective for those of you who are interested, Naeem Suleimanoglu, who holds the world record, Sinclair, 501 Sinclair points, at a kilo less body weight, clean and jerked 190 kilos, which is 14 kilos more than this at a kilo less body weight. 10 kilos over triple body weight, the greatest lift of all time. Not to take anything away from Li Feibin right now. So he is going to come out for it. He'll be devastated that he missed that jerk. I mean, he was under it, locked out in a pretty decent position, then he just took it for a walk off to the left.
Yeah, it looked to me like his front foot just was slightly out of position, which meant that he just didn't have the base of support that he needed to recover it.
We can see Stu there filming for Liu Xiaojun Barbell up in the crowds. Okay, here he comes. Li Feibin retaking 176. This is to equal his world record total and to set a new world record clean and jerk by 2 kilos. Let's see what he can do. My prediction is if he cleans it, he jerks it. Despite his last miss. Let's see how it goes. And he's just under it, but he can't get up. Oh, it's absolutely devastating for Li Feibin. I don't think he's done enough to prove to the Chinese team that he should be one of the 4 weightlifters selected.
I think if Tian has a good competition in a few days' time, then I think, unfortunately for Feibin, Tian might get the pick.
Yeah, despite the fact that he beat the rest of the Asian 61s by an enormous amount, it's just the fact that Eko Yuli Irawan was not there. And we all know that Eko is someone who, on a good day, will out-total what Li Feibin just hit. And that's just not good enough for the Chinese team, I don't think.
Yeah,
He'll be very disappointed with himself. Have you ever seen anyone win and be so disappointed?
And win by quite a comfortable margin as well.
Yeah, a 312 total.
I suppose the reality is that he wasn't competing against the other guys in his group here. He was really competing against that world record.
Yeah. 26 kilos over the silver medalist, but still not good enough. Good grief. All right, guys, that is the men's 61 kilo weight category. we will be back tomorrow. Let's just check the times. At 12 p.m. Let me just check this, make sure I get it right.
Yeah, it's 12 UK time, 12 o'clock midday UK time.
For the women's 59s.
59s.
So that's going to be 7 a.m. Eastern time if you're in the USA, and 4 a.m. Pacific time in the USA. And then 3 hours after that, we'll be back for the men's 67s. So we're going to be seeing the likes of Kuo Seung Chun and Chen Li Jun tomorrow. So it's a big day.
And we'll also be looking in on the opening session of the Pan American Championships as well, which is literally happening at the same time as that men's 67 from the Asian Championships.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, the women's 45s from the Pan Americans literally starts at exactly the same time.
Fair enough. It'll probably be a very unpopulated session.
Yes,
given that most of the women's 45s will have moved up to the 49s in preparation for the Olympics, but even so, we'll see how it does.
Yeah, we'll definitely check in on what's going on with that lifting while we're talking about the Asian Championships.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's wrap everything up there. Guys, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you all tomorrow for further commentary of the Asian Championships.